So, you want to start learning a new language, congratulations. I want to give you 5 tips that would be beneficial for you before you start your language learning journey. Good things to keep in mind. So tip 1, when should you start learning a new language? Honestly, now. If you're already very inclined to want to learn the language, I would say go for it. You can definitely find time to do it. Don't make excuses like you won't have time and stuff like that. You can put a couple hours aside each day to practice the language that you want to learn. Question or tip number 2, which language is the best for you to choose? Pick the one that you're the most interested and that you like the most, the one that got you the most interested into learning languages in the first place. Don't pick a language that you think is going to be easy to learn just because it'll be easy to learn it and then you'll have one language under your belt. Make sure that you at least have some interest in the language that you're wanting to learn, because if you're interested in the culture, the music, the people, you're going to want to learn more about that culture and you're going to be more interested to go back to it every time. So remember to keep that in mind. Choose something that you truly actually are interested in wanting to learn. Number 3, decide what fluency level you want to reach. Do you want to just learn the basics of the language, where you can learn a couple words, communicate with a few sentences and greetings, and then have that thrill of learning that language and then move on to another language so that you can see what that looks like? And that's totally okay. If that's the level that you want to reach, then make sure that you know that that's up to the level you want to reach. If you want to reach like intermediate, which is like conversational levels of fluency, at that point you'd probably be able to talk about most of the things that you're interested in, hold a conversation with a native speaker or someone that speaks that language. Do you want to be able to reach the advanced level where you're able to talk about most conversations, speak about most topics? You have very little difficulty talking with other people in that language, except for a couple words maybe here and there, but for the most part you're pretty good. Or do you want to reach almost a native-like level, which you know references about the culture, you would be able to handle most situations, if not all? Make sure you decide what level of fluency you want to reach, because if you just want to reach the basic level, then you don't really have to go too far into studying a bunch of grammar, vocabulary, and other stuff. Number 4, make sure to set realistic and clear language learning goals. Don't promise yourself that you're going to learn a language within 1 month or 2 months when you know realistically that that's not going to happen, and you're expecting this super high level of fluency and then you don't reach it and you're super disappointing. That can be probably the most discouraging thing. Make sure to set realistic goals. Expect language learning to take several months. It will take a while, I'm gonna be honest. Learning a language isn't something that you just pick up, learn the language, and then you're done. It's kind of like a lifelong thing. You have to keep practicing it. You'll eventually forget some words if you don't practice it for long enough, so it's always good to go back to it and refresh on words, conversations. Expect that it's going to take a while. And number 5, use many resources, not just studying. This ties back to why you chose that language in the first place. If you're very interested in anime or manga, and that seems super cool or interesting to you, and that makes you want to learn Japanese, then that's going to motivate you more than you telling yourself every day to study. Check out movies, TV shows, podcasts, YouTube channels. There are so many resources online. Now is the best time to start learning a language because you have everything at your fingertips through the internet, including things like ChatGPT that you can ask questions and it'll give you resources and answers. And a bonus tip, consistency is key. I know I've mentioned it a couple times in this video, but I cannot stress enough. If you just do a little bit every day, just take some time out. If you really want to progress in your language learning and in the language that you're speaking, make sure to consistently do it at least a little bit, even if it's 30 minutes, 15 minutes every day. I know it can be difficult sometimes because our lives are just so busy, but if you set priorities to make language learning up there, then you'll definitely progress. You'll see progress. I wish you all the best of luck in your language learning journey. I know it's going to be a blast. Let me know what fluency level you're trying to reach in your target language. I would love to see what everyone's different goals are.